What's up, everybody? What is up? How's it going? Did you guys just know what happened? You guys just know what happened? Do you know what just happened? Because it just happened. Like, I was literally just making this video about the top 10, and yeah, it looks like we just surpassed 49 freaking K. 49K in Bitcoin, that is. 49K in Bitcoin. Let's give a like for all the Bitcoin lovers out there for taking a look at this little chart here on the trading view. There we go. 49,203 we are at right now. 49,203, that's what we are at Bitcoin. Now, how did this happen? I have no idea, because I was literally just piddling around doing nothing, watching UFC, and I was like, maybe I should do some profit taking, and then all of a sudden it just woof, just shot up out of nowhere. What I'm thinking it's doing is that this level that it rose above the previous high, right? That it was at 49K, right? Probably taking out anybody that, since I am a smart money trader, and for anybody that does like smart money trading, let's give it a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, all that good stuff. If you understand what smart money trading is, if not, please check it out. It is the way of trading. So anyways, smart money trading is not retail, I guess is the best way to put it. It's not dumb money. It's a way of looking at it from the big investors, I guess you could say, way of looking at it. The people who have the big money. So the people who have the big money, who are sitting here thinking, okay, all the dumb money is sitting here right here at 49K, waiting for it to sell, right? And then so as soon as it hits that, they're probably going to sell off, right? So instead of it actually hitting there and selling off, it goes right through it. And then usually what smart money also does is it'll play like it's going to bounce off this and then fall down below it. And my guess is it's probably going to get down to about around 48.5 again before actually finally getting higher. I think right here is this play that it's doing right now is a trick to get a bunch of people to buy in, as it just broke it and it's thinking that this is support, and then it's gonna fall below this. The smart money always does. Smart money will always push it below because it'll get a bunch of people to buy in thinking that this is a support level when it's actually not. And it'll fall below it. It may, see what I tell you. Always does it. Always does it. So in case you were actually trading it and you had like a stop loss sitting there, like, you know, right, sitting right there at the edge of, maybe like at 48975 or something like that. We're like, no, it's not gonna get any lower than that. It just, this is the new support. There it goes. Just took that out. And usually what it'll do is it'll line up with one of the last high, like a really high spike, before a really solid run. So something that looks like this, as you can see, even though this is a 5-minute chart, still 5 minutes it can go up and go down. And even then, even though this is a 5-minute chart, if you put this into I mean, granted, it did just break that. I'm still expecting it to go down quite a bit farther, but I'm still expecting it since we did break the 49K mark. That is giving us some leeway to go up now. So, um, yeah, at least we did break the 49K. And all my friends are texting me, "Yeah, we just broke 49K." I'm like, "Yeah, it's smart money's taking it lower." All right. So, anyways, now that we have gotten that part out of the way, maybe we'll come back and check on Bitcoin in just a little bit to see how everything is doing. But first, I wanted to get the top 10 of the altcoins that I had for last week. I wanted to get that going because it has been exactly a week. A little, actually, about 2 hours over exactly a week. I know it's like kind of late for some people in the United States. Um, but it's Saturday night. I'm a hermit. I do nothing except for sit here and do this. So I've thought, why not throw it out there? It's been a week. So let's get right to it. Uh, Not new top 10 because that is a completely different one. Top 10. Here we go. Number one was 1 inch. Now I have everything marked off in the green to where I was recording last week. So as you can see, 1 inch, as much as I do respect the exchange, and I do think it is a great exchange, and it will basically find you the best path to get from one crypto to another, and or the cheapest way with like the least gas fees. It has been the least performing of the all the coins I suggested. I think we started somewhere around $5, or whenever I called this last week. It did get as high as about 630, but it has fell since then to right. Well, and this has been recently, actually, since earlier today. But it has kind of faltered throughout the week. It's kind of been a little bit disappointing. Whenever I first did this, I was seeing the double bounce, and I was thinking that was probably gonna take it higher. Kind of being like the little cool down period, and then that could have like taken it off. But 1 inch, unfortunately, has not been doing too well. But it has gone up at least since I have done this video. Now, as you can see, everything here on the right is pretty much in the red, but that is not necessarily a bad thing, to be honest. Um, Here we go. Number two I had was mana, or I believe what it's actually called. What is it called? Called something else. It's not called mana. I have to look at it because I actually I have to look at my own portfolio to see what it's called. Uh, well, if I look at prices instead, Decentraland. That's what it is called, Decentraland. Mr. Decentraland has actually, whenever I first did the video, it was somewhere in here. See, I outlined it within the hour that I did the video. So it was somewhere around, I don't want to say it was more like around 24 cents, 25 cents, something like that. I got in somewhere around here, around 18, before I did the video. And it is actually not been a huge increase, but it has been at least a pretty good increase thus far. I will say, from the bottom of the range, from when I called it, a 33% increase. If we want to go from the top of the range from when I called it, about a 13% increase. Either way, if you put some money in whenever I had called this last week, you'd definitely be up right now. And it did actually make a pretty good high near 40 cents. So I think this is going to be a good one that's going to keep going. Um, The fundamentals on this are actually pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, why don't we do this really quick? I think I may have done this in the last video, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do want to take a look at MSN. They're a horrible TV show to watch. Adventureland, there we go. Sit here. Land. Okay. SEO February. And open in public February. Okay. Launch. Since then, including interactive games, sprawling 3D scenes, a variety of other interactive experiences. So it's kind of different ERC20 token. Must be burned to acquire none. Okay, so as an NFT, ERC 721. Okay, the tokens can also be used to pay for a range of avatars, wearables, names, and more Decentraland marketplaces. So this is like this is the I think this is what, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be completely wrong on this, what Leo Trades has been using to do his kind of NFT project. If I'm not, I could be completely wrong. But he has, I know he's got his own NFT project where he's doing his own, airdrops with his own avatars and things like that, and cars and things like that. So it kind of opens up this whole new space to virtual reality, and I know there's a lot of like new gaming tokens out there, and it's hard to kind of get in that space, but I think Decentraland has probably found a good, at least a good home for us so far. It's got a competitive market to deal with, but we'll see how it does. Like I said, so far it's actually been on the up and up. Now those two have been the two that have actually been the least performing of my two. Here we go. QTUM has been outstanding. Whenever I first did this, it was at $4. And now what we're looking at is at almost, I mean, it almost got to $9 range. So it's 2x basically since I did this video last week. So like I said, this has been one of the ones that has definitely been going absolutely crazy. 84%. If you got any of this at the time I did the video last week, or after you watched it last week, good for you. I know that I know that my portfolio is definitely happy for me for getting in this. Looking back at, there's always the FOMO of wishing I would have got more, but what can you do? The next one was Algorand. Algorand, another one, absolutely 2x from this. Went from 80 cents, right, yeah, somewhere around the 80-cent range. Right now, so we're sitting went to at least $1.80. And then now it's sitting around 160. So yeah, definitely over 100% on that one. Another good one that just kind of took off. I'm glad I called that one as well. IOTA, another one that just completely took off again. It's again, I called this one last week. It was around 50 cents. Right now, we are at about $1.25. I think is what it is, $1.27, something like that. So another one that has 2x. So there's 3 in a row that have 2x since I had called these last week. Right. This has been a surprising one, actually, believe it or not, is Swissborg. Yeah, I kind of it didn't do as I honestly thought I was gonna do a lot better than this, and the reason I liked it, I like the name. I'm not gonna lie, I just really like the name. But I did see, and maybe I was a little bit late on it, to be honest, because I should have called it where I was seeing it just lay flat here, because that just tells you there was a lot of liquidity laying above, and as soon as goes above this liquidity level, it just takes off. But seeing the spikes down, it was that's telling me that there was people long, right? There was people long in these trades, right? That even people that have a lot of money that are in that are in this Swissberg knew, and that dropped off a lot of coins to take those people out that were long in these calls, and would try to take them out. That way they could be the only, and then buy them back up really cheap, um, and continue going on. But whenever I first did this, it was somewhere around 80 cents, and it is now just about 90 cents. So not too huge of a percentage, but still 10% nonetheless. Not too bad. Can't complain. Um, Cardano, I honestly thought would be about a little bit better. I honestly thought this would be doing a lot better than what it is right now. Whenever I first did this, it was somewhere around, around 62 cents, 60. I wanted to say it was around 65, something like that. Um, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll go with the low end, around 62. Where are we at now? About 88. Still a good 42% increase. Can't complain with that at all. I know that my portfolio was definitely happy with having a Cardano bag. Been holding Cardano for, and I actually, I shouldn't have done it, but man, I let go of some White Heart just to grab some Cardano, and I should have kept White Heart, but and we'll get into White Heart maybe in a little bit, but now this is the one that absolutely crushed it. Was Avalanche. So Avalanche, I was calling Avalanche, and I was saying this is the more expensive one to buy, but I said, if you can afford it, do it, because I think this is the one that's gonna absolutely take off. And this is me doing some projections, right after. I was like, wow, I was like, it's already like, man, it made $26, and so I was making projections, if it was to fall back, where to buy at, and sure enough, after I did those projections, it fell right back into those buy zones. So, of course, what did I do? I got some more. So, I was in here. I was in a little bit earlier than that. Got in here, and then got in right here again around 22. And then it has absolutely just been a killer. It's been a little bit of a pullback, and I expect not every altcoin is going to continue going to the moon. Everything's going to have a pullback. So I'm not upset that it's having a pullback right now. I'm going to cry like a little baby or anything like that. But at the peak of its moment, it was up about 230%, which is absolutely amazing. But right now we're sitting at about 125%. So, hey, whatever, I'll take it, because it's probably what's probably going to happen, especially knowing the way these things work. To do one of these, it's just now getting ready to get to the point to where it's about ready to start buying again, right? So it may pull back just a little bit more, especially the way I always have my fib set up. I always have my fib set up to where, especially if kind of the Forex way, to show you where the institutions love to purchase from. The institution love to purchase anywhere between the 618. That's where everybody always gets caught up. Everybody thinks everything's gonna bounce off the 618. The institutions push it down a little bit further. That way, the people that actually buy at the 618, they were like, oh, why didn't it just stop there and go that way? Because that's the way it's supposed to go. It's because the institutions push it down further. That way they can make more money off of it. People. So I expect us to go a little bit further down. As if you can see, even if it gets down to about 80%, you're looking at it being at the height of here. So somewhere around $33 from 18 to 33. Buy again. Why not? I don't see a problem with that at all. The Avalanche, I don't see it coming down. Well, I mean, of course it did come down, but I see it continuously on the rise. I think this is just kind of a cool off period for it. And then I think Avalanche is going to continue doing well. Another one I kind of threw out there was Cell, and or Celsius. I'm sorry, and I wasn't really sure how this one was going to go. Um, but I thought with the way the pullback was happening, or pullback had already happened, even though this is a brand new coin, I thought it may have had a little bit more potential than it did. And it did go up, but you know, not as much as I would have liked it to. Yeah, I think it had a good couple percentage in it, and uh, you know, well, about 20% or so. You know, can't complain. From about, you know, 4.9 to about 5.7. You know, why not? Still, I mean, to say the least, you know, all 10 of, you know, the of my guys at least made some kind of gains. You know, from the point that I called them last week up until right now, you know, they all at least made some kind of gains. So now I am playing a new game this week, and we are going to go to the new top 10 that I have listed. And this one, LRC, which is going to be Loopring. I think Loopring has, and again, these are the top 10 cheapest. None of these I don't think are above $5. So sorry, you're not going to catch like an Avalanche that's going to go for like 20 to 100. I'm trying to find something that some, you know, the people that have, you know, $20, you know, can throw it on and hopefully make, you know, 2x in, and you know, on 10 of these, you know, if you have $200 and you're throwing 20 on each of them, you know, maybe by next week you'll have $400, you know, something like that. You know, that's kind of what I'm hoping for on these kind of things. You know, if we can make, if you know, each of us can make $200 a week just on, you know, from throwing in the smallest amount of money that we can. um you know, eventually that's going to keep growing, and you know, the compounding of that's going to keep going, and it's just going to be uh something to keep continue looking out for. So Loopring, I looked into this a little bit as well. Not only the fundamentals are actually pretty cool. um let's see here. What did I think that was actually really cool about it? What makes Loopring unique? It is a combined elements of centralized and decentralized cryptocurrencies and exchanges to create a protocol that will enjoy their unique advantages and eliminate inefficiencies. Centralized exchanges are currently the main mode operation of crypto trading services. While highly popular and convenient, using a centralized exchange carries a number of risks, the chief of which is their custodial nature, because their exchange holders hold users' funds for them between the points of depositing and withdrawing. These funds come under the risk of being partially or fully lost due to potential hacker attacks, malicious actors inside the exchange, or regulatory intervention, which I understand is a huge problem. So this is why I actually really do like this one. Another major problem for these or for centralized exchanges is lack of transparency. Like the trades are not settled on the blockchain, but rather stored on the exchange's internal records, makes possible price manipulation by the exchange and allows. Yep, all these things are good. So this is why I think Loopring, you know, is going to be something to watch out for. I really do. And right now, it being around 80 cents. Um, and I mean, I think it has a pretty high market cap, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let's see, where we at with this? Pull it up a little bit higher. Um, actually, no, it's actually, well, yeah, 207 million. Yeah, that's mid to high cap, somewhere around there. Um, dominance 0.07%. Market cap. Okay, here we go. Yeah, almost a trillion. Almost a billion. I'm sorry. I'm looking at too many zeros. I'm thinking like too many numbers. All right. So yeah, almost a billion. Fully diluted market cap is over a billion. So yeah, fairly high market cap. So I think they're expecting this to sell, and I'm expecting for it to sell too. Next, I'm gonna throw up there is Alpha. One reason I'm throwing up there Alpha is because I think it's on the pullback at the right now to at a time to buy. Not only I don't think we missed the opportunity. Even though it got up to almost $3, got to 293. Right, it's pulling back right now to about 170. Um, and so because it has already made its pullback, I think right now is a good opportunity to get in on Alpha. And what is Alpha? Alpha is, I believe, it was staking. Um, a cross-chain DeFi platform that looks to bring Alpha to users across a variety of different blockchains, including Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. So yeah, cool. I definitely like Alpha. I think this is a good protocol. And the platform is founded by Tasha. Don't know that last name. Alpha is a finance labs project lead and former head of strategy band protocol. Prior to her position at Alpha Finance, gained extensive experience working with global finance firms, essentially working at an investment banking analyst at Jefferies from 2017 to 2018, product manager at technology giant Tencent from 2018 to 2020. So, um, definitely they have experience in the financial space. So throwing this coin into the DeFi space, I think is one to actually watch out for. And again, still at the low end of the spectrum. Again, I'm throwing out some cheap ones out there, guys. Um, and there with the market cap, mid market cap, I would say about half. Was it half a million? So no, it's trading volume. Hello. Still market cap, yeah, 300,000 or 308 million. Um, not about it all. That's actually, yeah, about mid cap. So who we got next? All right, Polka Starter. Of course, we all know about Polka Dot. So why not Polka Starter, right? I think Polka Dot definitely going to be bringing some new innovations to the smart contracts world. I know Ethereum's the number one runner. I know Polkadot's I wouldn't say gonna give it a run for its money, but if there's got to be a competitor in the market. There's gonna be one. Polka is another one. Cardano's the next one. So, Polka Starter. Let's see what it says about Polka Starter. Um, Polka Starter is a protocol built for cross-chain token pools and auctions, enabling projects to raise capital on a decentralized environment based on Polkadot. So, get on quite a different, quite on few different exchanges right now, and it's just doing nothing but just I don't think we missed the boat, but we possibly could have you know missed a decent chunk of it. But if I'm looking at the last push down to the last move up, it did push back almost about 50%, which would be about discount price. So I think it may still have a potential to fall back down to around roughly $4 or so. If we can get it around $4, I'm definitely jumping in on more of it. That's for sure. Next, I know people have been talking a lot about this one, Parsec, and right now is the I mean, it just started, guys. I mean, it literally just started on late January. So, um, I think if there's one to get on right now, is the time to get it on Parsec. I know a lot of these, especially, will start off in the highs, and then we'll see it drop to low. Maybe down to like the 20 cents or something like that. I don't think that's what's going to happen with Parsec. I think, especially with seeing what's happened with it already, um, it got as low as about 97 cents, made a run up, fell back into that buying zone I was telling you about, made another run up, all right, and that got into that high, got in that little clustered area. I think sometimes these areas are what I like to call I deflection blocks, I guess is what you could call them. Blocks of areas to where people see, okay, this is the current high, this is where I think it's probably going to get the most where it's at. I'll just sell off here, and then it'll probably keep doing it, or and they'll buy again, and then until it actually breaks that momentum, there's when people actually do have belief in it. But and once it does, I think it will. So again, this that was back right around the whole the whole Tesla Bitcoin day as well. So that may have been some of it. I don't know, but I think Parsec is definitely one to watch out for. Um, and just to get a little bit of know about it, what makes Parsec unique. Parsec is a platform that makes blockchain events consumable and blockchain data actionable. That's what I like about it. In an interview with Elliot Tracy said, so we allow users, individuals, companies, enterprises to monitor any events across different blockchains in real time and at scale, and to connect those events to any off-chain apps or devices to automate different workflows. So Parsec, like I said, I know Elliot Trey has been talking about it. I know Ivan on text been talking about it. This is one I think again, not only do the technicals look good for it right now, just because it's one, cheap, two, it's in the area to buy, and three, it's just it's going to have some really good upside. Again, mid cap, not even 300,000 yet, and it's only a dollar for about $5. I'm looking at pull focus already here. Hello, I was gonna say I knew it wasn't even $2 yet. Um, okay, about 124 mil. Um, so definitely a little bit on the lower to mid cap size. And $1.24 right now. So you can grab a pretty decent bag of it right now and take off running if you want, and see how it turns out. Another one I actually really like is blocks. Blocks is really taken off. And I think this has been around for quite some time, at least a couple months if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I just don't think people have really been paying attention to it, and it just I mean, recently it just now started picking up, and it's on its up and up. And right now I think we got to be careful though on the pullback, to see where it could land. And then because one thing what that made me notice this was the spike up, of course, taking anybody that was short on this out, right? So they can say no, you're not going to be short on us. We're going to make sure this goes long. And then people that were going long and having their stop losses put too a little bit too tight, boom, taking those out too. So there's definitely some institutional play in here. I just don't know how much. That's the only thing. So if we take a look at blocks and what it is all about, blocks is a non-custodial ETH2 staking service course, this is going to be huge. ETH2 staking service is going to be, uh, I mean, it's next generation finance, that's for sure. I mean, I try to explain it to my mom as being like, or like if you ever had back in the day, my grandparents used to buy these things for us called CODs, or I think it was like a certificate of deposits. So basically, what I meant is that you'd put your money into a bank. You weren't allowed to touch it for some time, and then the bank would give you a higher amount of interest on it because you put it in the bank and you weren't allowed to touch it. Well, what that bank was doing, of course, was lending it out, so that whatnot. So, and that's what exactly that this is doing. So, and that if that's what Blocks is doing, and they're allowing for, the ETH2 staking service, that's where I think Blocks is going to have a better chance. Of course, it's on most crypto exchanges. On my favorite, Gate.io, Gate.io has so many coins. If you want to get in the description and sign up for Gate.io, you can. I have my referral link in there. Gate.io has a really cool referral system. I've made a video about it. Basically, you make money. Both of us will make money on trades that we both make, right? So if you sign up through me, you'll make money off my trades, and I'll make money off your trades. And so if you get a group of friends together, and like everybody signs up with each other's stuff, and you all just trade, you'll just make little bits here and there off all the different trades that you make. So it's actually really cool. I've got 3 people signed up so far, and I think I've already made like $1 off of something I've never even heard of. I forgot which what one it was, but not 100% sure. I may have to look. I don't have a whole lot in Gate right now, just because I have so much in everything else. But I know I have like ADA 1 inch, a couple other things, Whiteheart, Paid. That's what it was. Paid. I'd really never heard of Paid. But that's the one that was that I made just off of referrals. So I can't complain about that. Um, so again, Blocks is on there, and the best thing you do with Gate is you have uh, either Ethereum or Bitcoin. Send it through your wallet there, and then you can trade there. I think you can it's more of an Asian market thing. So unless you have a phone that's actually from the China market, that's the only way you're actually able to purchase any kind of actual currency. Otherwise, you have to shoot it in from a wallet, and that's how Gate. So, all right. Anyway, enough about that. Next one, new cipher. I wasn't sure about this one at first, and then I started looking at the fundamentals of it, and I also was looking at, of course, the technicals of it, and it has it's uh, again another one of those altcoins. It's just been on the up and up. Um, whenever you see it make a huge run, a pullback, and then make another run, that always tells me good things are happening, right? If it makes a run and then a pullback, and then it just kind of dangles down here for a little bit, that's when I get worried. But if it makes a run, a pullback, another run, and pullback, and it generally then it just kind of keeps going, and it's going to keep doing that. So right now it looks like it's probably in pullback mode. Again, of course, these are always going to happen, but which means it could. I'd maybe wait for it to pull back a little bit more before I would jump in. Um, that's just personally me. Or if you don't want to, I mean, but again, it's cheap. It's 80 cents. I mean, can't really go wrong with jumping in on something with 80 cents, especially if you don't want to miss the bus. But if you're like me, um, you want to try to get on the best possible price, especially as a technical trader. I would want to see it come back to probably somewhere around 70 cents or so, before I jumped in on it. It's only about 9 cents away, so I mean, you know, you take it or leave it. It's one of those things. But New Cipher, what I liked about New Cipher was, let's see here. It's a decentralized encryption, access control, and key management system. Encryption service for public blockchains. New Cipher offers end-to-end encrypted data sharing on public blockchains. It is a decentralized storage solution. New Cipher allows users to share private data between a number of participants in public consensus networks using proxy re-encryption technology. This decryption technology makes New Cipher much more secure and protected than traditional blockchain projects. Is based in public key encryption according to New Cipher. So that is actually very, very good to know. That I don't like, you know it's a word I'm looking for. The whole thing with blockchain is that a lot of the information isn't private. Like, I can literally go to, I forget what site is it. It's can't think of it right now. I have it bookmarked, so I can probably pull it up. There it is, ETHPlore. I can literally go to ETHPlore right now and find somebody's wallet. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you whose it is, to be honest, but at least I'd be able to go to ETHPlore right now and go to anybody's wallet whatsoever and pull up exactly what they have in their wallet and tell you, how much of what's in there and things like that. I think they've actually found, who was it? Mark Cuban's wallet, through this kind of service, so um, having stuff like New Cipher, hopefully will kind of hide that, make things a little bit more, anonymous and not makes things so public. That's the only scary thing about blockchain. I like it because we all know it's there, it can't be manipulated, but the bad thing about it is that it's so open to the public. Hopefully New Cipher can solve that problem. Next up I have is Raven Coin. I think Raven Coin, I was checking out the technicals on this as well. Again, another one of those took off, did a pullback. It did kind of linger around a little bit, but then it just kept on running. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, something's up with this coin. What is it? And then so I started taking a look at it, and what I found out was, here we go. Ravencoin is an open source blockchain project that specializes in the creation of peer-to-peer transfer of assets. That is the key right there. That is the hugest key to this coin. Transfer of assets. Ravencoin enables users to create and trade any real world, e.g. commodities or digital goods or assets on a network. The core developers launched a Ravencoin 3. The project has some prominent backers. Bruce Fenton, a board member of Bitcoin Foundation, advises the team, while Overstock has made multi-million-dollar investments into the project. This is, to me, the possibly that could be the biggest coin, because if you're talking about an open source blockchain project for peer-to-peer transfer of assets, I mean, like, think about like they said, like commodities, like if you own stocks in I don't even know, like, trying to think of something right off the top of my head. Apple, let's say you own stocks in Apple and you want to trade that with somebody who has stocks with Tesla or something like that. You can literally just be like, all right, I'll trade you this many Tesla for this many Apple, and they're gonna be like, all right, and and then you can just do that. That's what a coin does. Like, you know, this is literally groundbreaking to me. I really think this is going to be a huge coin, um, especially if we can get enough people to understand what it means and understand what it has the possibilities of doing. This coin is going to be, it, I don't even know how to explain it. It's going to be amazing. But I think Raven coin is going to be, yeah. So 60. It's not even 7 cents right now. And I believe that it probably has to do with the market cap. I believe it has a pretty big market cap. No, not the. I mean, again, another mid cap one. You know, 500 million. Um, well, you know, I guess mid to large, but fully diluted market cap. You know, 1.2 billion. Yeah, that's, I mean, fairly large. So I think they're expecting this to be a really big coin, and I'm expecting it to be a big coin too. And I am excited about Raven, to be honest. So we will check on those in a week again. Next one I have here, I don't know about this, and I really am not sure. I threw it in here because it is forming you know, an upper wedge. That is one of the main reasons why I did throw this up here. Looking at it from a technical standpoint, it's kind of looking like Ethereum. You know, it looks like it wants to break out. This is exactly what Ethereum looks like right now. It looks like it wants to break out, and it looks like it possibly will. Again, made a huge run up before it came back down. This tells me that there's large players in the game to make that kind of a run, because it looks like there's people trying to short sell it, and so the people that have the money in this are trying to say, nope, you're not short selling this. We're going to run you out of trying to short selling it. Take your money out of it, put it in our pockets, and then buy more once it's the bottom, and then run it up. So technical standpoint, I think Phantom definitely has something going for it. Don't know exactly what it is yet. Taking out the fundamentals look aspect of it. There's a lot to read here. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll tell you what it makes it unique. Phantom attempts to use a new scratch-built consensus mechanism to facilitate DeFi and related services on the basis of smart contracts. The mechanism's like Hesis promises much higher capacity and 2-second transaction finalizations, along with improvements to security over traditional proof of stake algorithm-based platforms. Matching Ethereum, the project appeals to developers looking to deploy decentralized solutions. According to its official literature, its mission is to grant compatibility between all transaction bodies around the world. So, again, could be, you know, another Polka ADA type thing. It's in-house proof of stake FTM forms the backbone of the transaction, and allows fee collection and staking activities along with user rewards and ladder represent. Through token sales in 2018, Phantom raised almost 40 million to fund development. So it's, you know, it looks like it's related to a couple other things: Avalanche, Neo, Ethereum 2.0. Like I said, there's a lot going on with Phantom, so like I said, there's a lot to read. It seems like there's something about it that could be a really good big coin. In right now 18 cents, just now, and said, and that's on the high end of what it has been, you know. Again, another mid cap, mid to high, or mid to low, I guess you could say, and 500 million. You know, all these are around the same, but just now getting started, I think, and we could see something, you know, come out of this. Yeah, I don't, how long has it been around? It looks like it's been around for quite some time. Um, and just nobody's paid attention to it, you know? It's been one of those nobody's paid attention to it up until now. So as you can see, you know, was worth almost absolutely nothing back in the earlier beginning of this part of the year. But now we are reaching, you know, 20 cents. You know, in a couple weeks, it could be a couple dollars. Who knows? So again, that's why I'm throwing these out there. Trying to find the cheaper ones that could actually have some huge upside to it, right? So next one, gas. This one I find really interesting. I found gas really interesting. I'm not for sure how this is going to play out, because what it allows users to do is obtain gas fees on the Neo network. But I like the Neo network. I do. I don't. I know a lot of people aren't too huge fans of the Neo network. But the thing here, what you see in these spikes here are people actually engaging in the Neo network, and so you're seeing that's why you're seeing this jump up really quick, you know, and then come down. So and it seems like Neo recently has been actually going up, and I think it has been because partly in particular of gas. um you know, if you give it a coin that gives it a reason, you know, to actually be on the network, then, you know, why not also purchase Neo and gas at the same time? You know, it almost seems like they work hand in hand, because why not? You know, at least that's what I kind of gathered from it, from looking at gas. Um, I know it started off like really huge, and it's been one of those ones been going down. But I also think it's going to be one of the ones that's going to turn around and go right back up. Very small market cap, only 38 million. And so that's why I think, since it's at only $3.77, you know, you throw a couple million in this, and this thing could go up to, you know, 10-12 bucks. Who knows? Let's see your top exchange, of course. This is a token on the Neo blockchain platform with primary purpose of being fees for processing transaction on the Neo network. Right? Simple. Just a very simple token, very simple way to make money. So that's why I think it could be something to be worth looking into. It's up 6% last day, and who knows? I could be completely wrong about this one, though. I don't know. Like I said, this is what I'm just throwing out there. I think it's an interesting idea, and you know, we'll have to see how that one plays out. Lastly, but definitely not least, Hedgic. Hedgic is really interesting to me, just because they're the way they want to get into the the uh, the game of futures, I guess. Or, you know, let me just read a little bit about it. All right, Hedgic is described as an on-chain peer-to-pool options trading protocol built on Ethereum. It is claimed that the Hedgic protocol pioneers a peer-to-pool approach to options trading. The project claims that it works like an AMM, automated market maker, for options. Users can trade non-custodial on-chain call and put options as an individual holder using the simplest intuitive interfaces. Use MetaMask, Trust Wallet, or Argent wallets to trade options without KYC, email, or registration required. It is further described that the Hedgic protocol generates settlement fees in Ether and wrapped Bitcoin, paid each time an option contract is bought. Public are able to acquire Hedgic tokens and activate a staking lot that gives its holder a right to receive staking rewards. 100% of settlement fees in Ether and wrapped Bitcoin generated by protocols are distributed among the staking lots holders. Hedgehog tokens will be listed on the bonding curve contract that will be accessible on the Hedgehog website interfaces. That was back in September. The contract will remain liquidity venue for Hedgehog during the first 4 weeks after. Well, it's been after the first 4 weeks, that's for sure. And so what's interesting about Hedgehog is they also created another coin called Whiteheart, and Whiteheart, it was for kind of like hedging Hedgehog, if you will. So in case Hedgehog was to somehow go the wrong way, you would have Whiteheart. So in case your bets went wrong, Whiteheart would go the other way. They kind of create like a countercoin to it as well, which I think is interesting. So and I honestly I think Whiteheart is probably more of the interesting project. It was just at 3,000 maybe last week, and now it is jumped up. It was almost at 5,000 a day, it looks like. Is it there? Oh yeah, it is. It's at, come on, let me see it. Oh no, 4,000 price. What am I looking at here? How about trade? Yeah, it is at 5,000. Wait, to USD 4,950. So again, this one to me is a little bit more interesting. It jumped up to 6,000. But then again, it only has 8,888 coins. And don't believe the market cap is that big either. So again, it's a very, very interesting coin, to say the least, that Hedgehog has can come up with. Again, if you click on Whiteheart and you go to source code and you learn more, and go to their GitHub, it is created by O'Malley Wintermute, and also building Hedgehog. So again, these two kind of go hand in hand. It's an interesting project to see what is happening with Hedgehog and Whiteheart both at the same time. So I don't know, it's interesting. But anyways, those are my 10 for this week. Again, 10 for last week. All did we're again above, but then again, we also hit a very, very good alt week this week. I think that possibly could have been the very sole reason why all 10 of them did very well, or not, or at least did better than when I started from last week. None of them did worse. This week it could be a completely different scenario. It could, we could be seeing all, these down this week. I don't know. We will see. I'll go through and I'll mark, whenever I started doing these, and we'll check, see back where they were next week. So, Hedgehog's at 50 cents. Who knows, if you don't want to toss 20 bucks in there, can't do the math right now, but that's enough. And if it doubles, then it doubles. I'll have 4 times as much. I want twice as much. But yeah, anyways, that's all I got for you guys this evening. Actually, let's go back and check on, see what's happening with Bitcoin. Oh, that's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. I thought we'd push down just a little bit further. 48.5. Didn't I say 48.5? I said 48.5. So probably push it down to about 48.5, and then after that, it would probably keep going up. So, and let's see. I think this is on Hedgehog. I want to see, of course. Let's check out the top 2 before we get out of here. Let's see what's going on with Ethereum. Ethereum, I know, is trying so hard to break 19, but it can't. But I think Ethereum will definitely, I mean, it's wanting to. I mean, you can definitely see it's on its way. It's just kind of chilling though. That's what I like about Ethereum. Even though it broke 17 earlier this week, fell back a little bit. Oh, what did I do? But go back.